All right. All righty. Welcome, everybody. This is a very, very exciting night. I was just telling these guys that my heart's pounding because I think this is the most exciting thing that we've ever done at GIA. I really do. I just know with certainty that somebody from the group that you're looking at right now and and maybe some other people who will join us as we go along, but somebody, and probably more than one, are going to go on from this and create huge success with GIA. And you're probably going to sponsor a few people as we go along that are going to be hugely successful also. And I don't even want to describe what the possibilities are because it wouldn't sound real, but I know it is for certain. There's Cindy coming on. And I've been waiting for this day because, and I've been doing this a long time and I've never seen a training opportunity like we are going to go through during this next few weeks. Hopefully, most of you have had a chance to sign up for the GoPro Insider. Has everybody done that? Yep. Yeah, yeah. And hopefully you've had a chance to experience the GoPro Insider, the first four courses. So I think there's 10 courses, and the first four are foundational. And it's going to be good that you've gone through that. And I was going to say that if you haven't, just do it, right? You can get through that pretty quickly. There's not too many important, I mean, not important, but not too many difficult assignments to do. I went through, I think I'm on my like third time. And as Charity does, I just put it on faster speed. When you're looking at it, um, I can't do it on my phone, but I can do it on my computer. I can speed it up. I think I did 1.5, which I can still hear, especially if I'm hearing for the second time. But the point is, if you haven't gone through it, it's going to be really good for you to do that. I'm glad some of you have done that. And so, what I was thinking about before we get started is talking about what we talked about on Monday. Most of you were there on Monday, and it was about the law of attraction. And we talked about what you focus on is what you create. What you think on a consistent basis comes into your life. And I saw a lot of people shaking their head. Yes, they understand the concept. It's a law. It works. And so as we go into this, I'm hoping that from Monday and some of the other conversations we've had over time, that you're willing to get crystal clear about what you want to accomplish with GIA and beyond GIA. So hopefully you've started to think about that and you've taken all the brakes off of what's possible, but get clarity on that because the more you have clarity, the more this training is going to make sense. The more that this training is going to help you to move in the direction of what you want to accomplish. My belief is whatever it is, you can do it. You can do it. And as I listened to Eric Worre in the beginning of this program, as I'm sure you did too, what he talked about how this course is going to help you launch your business or relaunch your business, and how that by the end of this course, some of us will have already reached the goal that's set for us. And I'll tell you more about that. We'll talk about that. And then some of us may not have reached the goal. And the next thing you do is you go back to one. And that's the best part of this, that we're going to go through this and it's always going to be there. And I was talking to somebody today about it, that you might be working and all of a sudden something becomes a little bit fuzzy or it's not working like you want it to. Then you can go back to that course, that lesson in the course, and get clarity on what you're supposed to do. It's going to be with us all the time. And what I see for the future, once we get through this and we reach the goal, then I'm sure he's going to come on with more courses for the GoPro Insider. Next course might be a little more elevated, getting from the core goal to the next goal, and then becoming a leader. And he's going to take us all the way through to freedom. Yes, Phil.
The I was just reading that today. The next goal is six figures.
Okay, I like that goal. How many of you would like that goal? Come on, just an extra 6 figures, working from home, part time. Yeah, that makes me smile too. And I'm glad that you said that, Phil, because that's really what's possible. It really is possible. Um, so I hope you all just feel that. If you're listening to this recording, feel it. It's true. And what I foresee for us, how this is going to work tonight, we're going to go back to the first four. And I picked out a few videos, one or two videos from each course that I think are the most important. And I'm going to play them and we'll talk about it. So you may have seen him twice, but we're going to really talk a little bit about him so we get more clarity. And I think the ones I picked out, I think are really good. Um, we are going to, at the end of that, we're going to have an assignment. Our assignment, of course, will go on to course 5, which really begins the activities, the really getting serious about moving in the direction of building your business. And then we'll set off and go away for a week and come back and do the same next time. So we'll go back to course 5 and look at a few videos, talk about some of the nuances of it so that we get crystal clarity. And so I think there's probably a good way to do this in terms of going through the courses is to go through them and take notes and have a notebook. And so you just say course 1, course 2, course 3, the different videos. And if you take notes, then you might have a question that you just go back, right? Just go back and look at it again. So I think that's going to be helpful. And I think anytime you hear something and write it down, it's going to mean so much more than just listening to it. As I said earlier, you can listen to it, go through it, and then let's say you're driving, you can listen. I've listened to a lot of them while I'm driving, and that's worked for me too. So, and then I'm going to encourage everybody to look at the dailies that are coming out from Eric Worre. Totally worth it. Some of them are absolutely amazing gems. So if we're going to dedicate ourselves to that. And then finally, I thought about this group. You can see it's a small group, and I'm excited about that because I want us all to work together, right? Support each other in this. Keep, well, you want to keep yourself accountable, but there might be someone in this group that you might connect with and help each other to be accountable, to stay with the program. I'll tell you a quick story. When I first got involved with network marketing, I had I call them an upline, my sponsor, and we had some strong people, right? And so they made me in the beginning to commit to 1 year and 1 year doing what's necessary, going to the meetings, doing the things possible. And one of the things they wanted that we did is we had a Monday morning meeting. And I committed to going to a Monday morning meeting for a whole year. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, about 6 months into it, I was frustrated and didn't really feel like I was getting where I wanted to go. And I just drove by the meeting. But because I made the commitment, my sponsor called me with one of the other people on the team and said, "Hey, John, where are you?" I said, "Well, I just kind of drove to work today." He goes, "No, no, no, you made a commitment." And I got in the car, went back, went to the meeting. That saved my career, honestly. And so, as we make this commitment to do what we're going to do in this next few weeks and probably beyond, I can see this team sticking together and doing other things together. Make the commitment to yourself and to all of us. And if you have someone on here, I know Deb, you and Amy and Bob might be good partners, and so get to know each other. Final thing before we go. I know some of us are on Facebook. Let's get together on Facebook. So let's become friends on Facebook, right? And I'm sure, Sue, you can help us with that to make sure that we're all friends. If you're on Facebook, if you're not, it's okay. And if you are on Facebook, I would like to be friends with you. I want you to be friends with others. And also, I want you to tune in to the Gia Lifestyle group. That's one of our pages. And then the team page. The one, I think I called it Work from Home Gia. Tune into that because a lot of the things that we're going to be talking about will be shown and talked about on that page. Any questions on that? How to do that? How many of you are actually on Facebook? No, Phil is. Okay, good. And I know I'm already connected with some of you, but let's get connected with the other folks. All right, so here we go. We're going to go now to the first course, and we're going to look at lesson 5 and lesson 6. Now, I am praying that this works because I have a feeling that there's a possibility that Eric has done something to the videos so that you can't record them or do something with them because he does something with the audio. So remember my computer broke down a couple of weeks ago? I have a feeling it was something that he did to me because I was trying to do something with one of the videos. We'll find out in a minute. All right, so let me look at this. Sue, if you want to say something or Charity, that would be really good while I get this together.
Our Heavenly Father, we hope and pray that this works
There
for
you go. All right, all right, all right.
Okay, we're coming up now, John.
Okay, you can see this now. Is it big enough
Almost.
you can see it that I don't have to make it full screen?
It looks good. You do need to roll it back though, as you can see your videos at the end. So you
Yeah.
need to start from the beginning,
Okay.
your pink line.
Let me just see which one this is. Getting to the top. Yeah, this is it.
You're on 5.
Got it.
Getting to core rank.
Okay. So connected.
I want to help you get connected to your company.
Is that good?
I want to help you get
Yep.
comfortable inside of this new thing called network marketing. And I want to help you get a baseline of competency. So you feel like you are self-sufficient to an extent. Okay. You're not going to be a full network marketing pro in this program. This is designed to help you launch, get off the ground, get off to a good start, get some progress, get some results, build some confidence. I want to also help you avoid common mistakes most people make. And there's a lot of them. We'll talk about them inside of this program. I'm going to help you find and enroll your very first customers. I want to help you find and enroll your very first distributors. And I also want, this is core to what we want to do, is I want to help you rank advance and at least get to your company's core rank. I have to spend a moment and talk to you about what core rank is, because it's vital as you build your network marketing career. A core rank inside of your structure, everybody has different names for all the different ranks inside of their structure. But let me give you the characteristics of a core rank. And as I do, you're going to need to check inside of your compensation structure and see what that core rank is going to be. Let me give you the attributes. Number 1, you can hit this, or people can hit this with a significant effort in a reasonable period of time. That's one aspect. You can do it, let's say 30, 60 days. You can get to that rank if you push. Number 2, it has some structure to it. It's not just volume. It can be volume if that's how your company works, but it's not just volume. It's usually there's some distributors connected to the structure, a small number of distributors connected to the structure. That's the second attribute. Third is it usually earns around $300 to $500 a month. A person at that level typically earns about $300 to $500 a month. So take a look at what rank that would be. And fourth, you can build all the way to the top of your organization by duplicating that rank. In other words, you get to core, then you identify who on your team wants to get to core. You help them get to core. Your team gets builder and bigger. You identify who on their team wants to get to core. You help them do the same thing. And boom, 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 boom. You can build a huge organization with that. Okay, so hit it with a solid effort pretty quickly, has some structure, earns about $300 to $500 a month, and you can build to the top by duplicating that rank. So if you're unclear as to what that rank would be, talk to your upline leadership, ask around inside of your organization, and see if you can't identify it. Now, one mistake a lot of people make in network marketing is they are targeting a very, very few people that will do extraordinary things. So sometimes when I talk about core rank, they put it up high, way higher than the average person can even feel like they could reach. They want it tough. They want it hard. They want it to be a big stretch. I don't. I want it easy. I want progress. I want you to feel like you can do it. I want to give you a plan to be able to do it. I want to feel like you can accomplish it, because people won't start a race that they don't think that they can finish. If I ask you to run a marathon right now, you're going to say, no way, it's impossible. They say, well, if I give you $1,000, if you run to the mailbox, you'll probably go do that. And if I give you another 1,000 to run to the next one, you probably do that. That's what this is about. I want you to be thinking about what we can do together, you and me, easy, simple, without a lot of stress, okay? Now, core still has to have some structure. It has to have the attributes I talked about. But if you're in doubt between two ranks, pick the lower one. pick the easier one. If it's between two, pick the easier one. Okay? So we're going to talk about how you're going to get yourself to core rank a bit later, but that is a really foundational thing. That is one of my main objectives. I want to see you at core rank.
Okay, so we're going to go on to the next video while I'm here. So we can get this.
My next big objective is to get you into the top 2% in network marketing. And that might sound lofty. If we're just launching, you're going to help me get into the top 2%? The answer is yes. Big data tells us some interesting things. Take a look at the last million people that joined network marketing, for example. What you'll see if you take a snapshot of everybody that's involved in network marketing at any moment in time, here are the stats. 70% of all participants, all distributors, have recruited exactly 0 people. 70% have recruited 0. In essence, they're basically customers. Maybe they're getting a discount because they became a distributor, but they're using the product. Some come and some go. But 70%, huge number, 7 out of 10, have recruited exactly 0 at any moment in time. 20% have recruited 1 or 2 people, lifetime. 1 or 2, casual, recruited them by accident. It just kind of happened. Friend or family or somebody got involved for a second. They recruit 1 or 2. That's all they're ever going to do. 5% have recruited between 3 and 5 people, lifetime again. So 70%, 0. 20%, 1 to 2. 5%, 3 to 5. Again, pretty casual. They conquered their fear enough to be able to do that. 3% have recruited between 6 and 9 people. Lifetime again. Between 6 and 9. And 2% have recruited 10 or more. So one of my goals, one of my objectives in this program, my commitment to you in this program is to guide you to get into the top 2%, because the top 2%, guess what it is? It's really the beginning. It's the beginning of your network marketing experience. It's the beginning of your journey. It's not like some ending at all. It's the training you need to get into the starting blocks and start to run. The real business builders are found in this 2%. 27 plus is the average of the people who are in this 2%. They recruit 27 or more people in their businesses if they're in that 2%. They actually recruit 70% of all the recruits that happen inside of network marketing. So what am I telling you? What I'm saying is 98% of people that are in network marketing are really tourists. They're just here for a moment. They're here to come say hi. They're here to hang out. I live in Las Vegas. Do we love our tourists? Of course. They fly into our town. They go to our restaurants. They go see the shows. They get a 3-foot-tall margarita. They get a picture with Elvis. But we know eventually they're going home. And that's true for a lot of people who join network marketing. Why? Because the price of entry is so low. The price of entry is just ridiculously low. Cheaper than a flight to Vegas for most people. So the price of exit is equally low. For some people, you'll spend more taking 4 people to the movies than you will getting involved in your network marketing business. So a lot of them are tourists. We love our tourists. They come and they go. They might introduce us to a 2%er. They might lead us to a 2%er. Some of them might have led you to this to become a 2%er. So we love our tourists. They're fine. They're fine. But the 2%, that's where we look to build the professionals. I want you in the 2%. Okay? So core is one big one, 2% is another. So in terms of business results, this program is about core and the top 2%. Here's what it is, straight up. If you aren't core and the top 2% by the end of this program, then repeat it until you get here. Repeat it until you make it happen. I promise you the answers are inside of this program. You just have to stay here until you have your breakthrough. You have to keep going through it until you have your breakthrough. You got to go listen again. You got to go practice again. You need to go follow the instructions again. I'm going to guide you step by step by step. But you just need to stay right here until you get core and the top 2% done. And once you accomplish that first goal, core and 2%, then I'll invite you to the next level of this program, the next level of GoPro Academy, where we'll give you a roadmap to get you to 6 figures. That's where we'll work on skills and leadership development, systems, duplication, all those different things. For now, it's all about core and 2%, okay? We'll worry about the rest after we accomplish that goal.
All right. There it is. That's the goal. And I think what we're going to do now is take a look at what it takes to reach the junior director rank, because that is the core rank he's talking about. It fits perfectly within the framework of his definition. So, Sue, I think you might have a slide or something we can look at to get a feeling for what that looks like.
I sent it over to you. I'd have to go get it ready and pulled up.
Okay, I haven't seen it, so could you? I didn't look at it if I got it, but I didn't see it.
All right, it's just
Yeah.
from the PowerPoint. Let me, should be easy enough to get it quick enough.
Okay, so we'll talk about it while you're gone. So let me ask you this question. And when you went through that video and he was talking about reaching the core rank and the 2%, how many felt a little bit fearful? Anybody? Did it scare anybody? I thought it might, right? I thought it might. I mean, the top 2% of all network marketers. And I, I'm glad that you're all here anyway, right? Because somebody could have looked at that and said, oh, there's no way. That's not for me. I'm not going to be able to do that. But the truth is, we can do it. In fact, there are people on this screen that have done it already. They've already done it. And if you already have done this for this program, I'd like to see you do it again, right? So I know, Karen, you're well above what we're talking about in terms of recruiting and of course reaching the core, but I'd like to see us all dedicate to do it again, right? Whatever we're going to talk about, how to get there. So, and it's about recruiting 10 people. Now, it's not about 10 between now and the end of the program. It's about 10 people for the rest of your career if it takes that long. But staying with the program until. Did you all get that? And I think that's important. So nobody can get frustrated with the speed at which they're moving. We're going to encourage us to go fast, but you have a life, you have all the things going on in your life. And the key is just continue to do until. And then if you can do that, if you can stay with this program, no matter how long it takes you, and you get to the core rank and you have sponsored 10 people, you have done amazing. You're in the top 2% of all network marketers. And then the magic of it is you just teach other people to do exactly what we're talking about. That's really it, is helping other people to come to a program like this, help them to get what we're talking about, and then they help other people. We work together, and that's how this all builds up and how we reach the upper levels. We'll learn the rest of the story as we go along, about being a leader and all other things that we might want to know. But this really is the foundation. Sue, you have it?
Yes, it's most of us have already probably seen it. It's just pulling up one of the presentations that I put together, the Pathway to Director, and we'll see if I can share screen here. I don't think I need to click the buttons, do I? Because I'm not doing sound.
No,
Can we see that?
not up yet. There you go.
It's there? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it's just us on our recording, so I'm not going to like tidy it up by trying to make it big and everything else, etc. As I say, we've all seen this, I'm sure, if you've seen my video. and it's got other slides in it. But basically, month one is when you join. And I've used the example of the manager pack. And of course, that is the older manager pack, which was 1,000. But we do have the mini manager pack just because the numbers are easy to work with. So, of course, this is always going to look a little different. But month one, when you join, your volume of $1,000 is right there. One of the goals we have in GIA, of course, is our team expansion bonus to try to get in the first, used to be 30, now 45 days, is 3 new teammates. And if you bring them in at 250 or more, so duplicating what you've done, bringing in 3 more at 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, you can see here your volume is 4,000. For junior director, our core rank, we need 5,000 in volume. So a couple of options. We can add a fourth person we join. We could help one of these people find their first manager. But if you're moving it through, 'cause Eric did say 30 to 60 days. So this is your first 30 days. And then in your 60 days, if we move forward, right? You're not, there we go. Your ARO, roughly around $100. The 3 people that you brought in last month, they have their AROs for $100. And now we keep duplicating. So we've got 3 more people that we've joined on front level to ourselves, but we help one of last month's people duplicate. So they bring in another $1, $2, $3,000. So again, up here, automatically your volume is well over the 5,000 threshold for junior director.
Okay, Sue, can let me stop you for a minute?
Yeah.
So this is a way it could work out. It can work out in many different ways. What I really want to know is what's the volume requirement and what's the sponsoring requirement?
Hence where I was headed. Okay, so yes, 5,000 in volume is over the month. And we all go back to 0 at the beginning of each month, as we know. So 5,000 over a month. And we need 3 separate legs. And I'm going to click back to this so you see what I mean by 3 separate legs. 500 volume is the minimum requirement. So
Okay.
this one could be 5. This one could be 5. This leg could be your remaining 4,000. Maybe you bring in a gold who brings in a gold, for example. So overall, $5,000 or $5,000 in volume. Your purchase is included as well. So your ARO or your enrollment if you're brand new. And then 3 separate legs at 500 minimum.
Okay, good. So I just wanted to really talk about that part of it. And so the volume is $5,000, and it's not just the 3 people that you sponsor, it's the other people that come in, customers that happen that join your team, but it reaches $5,000. And there's a little more detail in there, but nothing really super important we need to talk about now. And that's the core rank. Simple to do. You probably could reach that before you even reach the 2%, right? I think most people probably do that. So, what I wanted to ask you is, what do you think about it? What are you really thinking about the 2% and the reaching the core rank? Does it sound super scary? Do you really think we can do it together? What are you thinking about? I know, Phil, you're probably the newest person I think on here that I know of, and this is all new to you.
Yes.
So what is it? What do you think about as you're seeing this for the first time?
The word plotting comes to mind,
Claude.
that it's a matter to just keep putting one foot in front of another. You have a question, you ask it, and you find out the answer. You're given an assignment, you do it once, maybe you do it 2 or 3 times,
Yes.
and then you take the next step. I have trouble imagining these things for me, but I can see taking one step at a time.
Mm-hmm. That's so perfect. You said it in such a great way. And it is one step at a time. I mean, when you look at anything that you've ever done in life, maybe a job or something, working with a group or something, you go in usually to a job not knowing too much about it. That's been my experience. I get a job, I don't know much about it. And then I have to go through a training period, right? And learn as much as I can, as fast as I can, so that I can get myself up to speed and fit in with whatever group I'm working with. And this is no different, no different. And the result from doing that in a job can be significant. You can create a life in a job. It's the same here, except in this case, as you heard maybe in one of the videos, there's no limit. right? There's no limit to the income that you can create. There isn't. And we all have different personalities. We all look at life in a different way. But the truth is, if we just stick to the program, learn the skills we're talking about, it can happen. Core rank 2%, teach other people to do that, and then it starts to build. So that idea about plotting, that's a great way to look at it. Every single day, doing something moving in the direction of your dreams. That's what we're doing. And I love the way you put that, Phil. Thank you. Anybody else have a thought about, I mean, even those of you who've been around a while, I mean, does it seem difficult because you've already talked to everybody you know, or do you have some trepidation about that? Sue and Karen, Charity, what do you
Well, I was
think?
going to say, John, it's kind of exciting. It is like restarting a business because I have talked to everybody I know, and I need to keep moving forward with how to find new people. And I am going to take this as if I was locking arms with Phil, and we are both brand new. So, with the next course, we got to make the list. We've got to do this. We've got to reach that. And I think the biggest challenge that we're all going to have come across is facing our fears, the fear of rejection, the fear of doing the things that are uncomfortable that Eric constantly keeps saying through all the trainings that we've done all the time is we're going to have to get uncomfortable. So may I suggest, a chair of nails so that, anything we do is not as uncomfortable as how we're sitting. So it's all going to be easy, right?
Never heard that analogy, but I get
It
it.
just came to me.
I get it. Um,
Oh gosh.
Karen, what about you? You are super busy. I know your life is just super busy. Do you feel some, I don't know, it's fear or what are you feeling?
No, actually, when I heard that 2%, I was blown away because I feel like, oh gosh, I have so far I can go, and yet I'm already in that 2%. So you know what I'm saying? I was blown away that in essence we just got to keep at it, and we have it. But I was sitting here thinking that thanks to you, John, I mean, because I've been here a long time too. Um, the video that you put together that we're now using for all of our presentations, so every single one of us is sharing the exact same thing, made what we did the last 14 years so much easier. So it's like for the new people coming in, you just I don't know if you can appreciate how much John did with that video that makes all of our lives so easy. We can just here play this video, and you can stop and share a story or product demonstration. So that was huge. And I'm someone that has done a lot of presentations, but then to add this piece to it, that now we can reach out, and like Sue said, we've talked to everybody we know. I left a message for a girl that needs money and called me and said, okay, well, I know I've done Gia, I bought into Gia, I haven't done much, but now looking for income. So I left a message for her. We have a lot of people that were those tourists
Mhm.
that we can reach out to. So I just think this was like part two. You did that amazing job at part one to where we have the presentation. So when we get through these steps, and I know all of us, if we've been through the first four, he said, don't do anything yet. Like he doesn't want us to make a mistake kind of thing, go through this training, which is quick. But I think it's exciting because now it's all there.
Good.
You've done when we're going to go out and share with people, we have the presentation part all set thanks to you. And now we have all the lead up to that. So
It's funny you're
I
talking.
don't think we've ever had it all in place like this.
I mean, since I've already gone through the whole training, everything you've talked about is in the next few weeks as we go through it, all of it. Good. So what I want to do now is I'll ask you if you took a look at the Rise of the Entrepreneur, which was in lesson 2. Did anybody watch it? Be honest. Okay, Phil did. Okay, Charity, I know Jules did. I mean, it's like 48 minutes, right? And I have a feeling I skipped over it the first time because I've probably seen it 4 or 5 times. I watched it again. It's so good. It's so good. So when you get the time, go back and watch it. It's also available on YouTube. If you just search for Rise of the Entrepreneur, you can find it there. But take the time to watch it because it's going to cement your belief in network marketing and what it's all about and what it's not about. He does a great job in that video. And in fact, you can use that video when you're working with someone that's looking at possibly joining us and they don't know a lot about network marketing. You can send them that video and it's going to help to educate them. And at the same time, I think, get them pretty excited about the possibility. So if you haven't looked at it, I just wanted to encourage you to do that. It's in number 2, and I think it's number lesson 8, maybe. It's one of the, oh no, it's actually lesson 2. Lesson 2 in course 2. Take a look at that when you have time. You're going to love it. Okay,
So it's
Sue,
on
I'm going to go.
YouTube?
Yeah,
It's on
Well,
YouTube?
it is on YouTube also. So if you go to YouTube
That's-
and search Rise of the Entrepreneur, easy to find, and look for the 48-minute. I think it's 48 minutes, and
Yeah.
that will be the entire.
As I listened to that, I thought of all these young people that I know that, if they could just get this information and understand it.
Totally. Great foundation. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to go to lesson 2 and show you one of the videos there. So Sue, take over while I try to figure out how to do that. I'm glad Amy's here just in case.
Bless. In the background there, yeah, it's great to have everybody here. Oh, John, you're doing well. I mean, we're clicking in pretty quick, and it looks like it's ready to go.
Not yet, not yet. I have to get the one that I want, Sue. So let me see if this will let me do it the way I want to do it. Go ahead. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Lesson 2. Awesome.
I think
So-
John's really setting a great example of how we can skim through and find these. Like if you wanted to find the Rise of the Entrepreneur, click back to courses, take it from the beginning, click through. Very much so. But just remembering to take back the pink line to the beginning.
Hang on.
You're still on say, okay, up at the top, John, if you click on like pathway to 10,
Where's that?
right above the word lesson 5. Path to 10, shouldn't that take you back to the, yep.
Okay, good.
And now
Perfect,
you're back
thanks.
in the course. There you go.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're
And I'm going to
welcome.
go to lesson 8. Okay, here we go. This one.
Awesome.
Go back. All right, here we go, Sue. Thanks.
If you want to
You're
be
welcome.
successful, I want to give you a concept that will help dramatically in launching your business. And that is the power of full immersion. Full immersion. Live inside of this content until you master it. Don't watch anything else for a while. Turn off all other inputs. Surround yourself with reminders of the assignments that you need to do. Total immersion is going to be so helpful for you to reprogram your brain from thinking like an employee to thinking like an entrepreneur, which we'll talk about later. Total immersion is going to be a good friend to you because the world is trying to distract you from your greatness. Immerse yourself in this stuff and let me help. And from time to time, you might find yourself overwhelmed. Overwhelm happens very easily inside of our business. A lot of this is going to be new to you. There's going to be muscles that you haven't ever exercised before. There's going to be, I'm going to be asking you to do things you've never even considered before. Even though I kind of look at them simple, you might like, whoa, that sounds like a lot. I'll try and keep it easy, but here's what I'm going to continue to remind you. Just breathe. Just breathe. Take a deep breath right now and let it out. I've got you. You don't need to understand everything. You perfectionists out there, if you're a perfectionist, you don't need to understand everything. You don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to have the answers to every question out there. You just need to trust me. Again, just follow instructions. That's all I need you to do. Follow instructions step by step, brick by brick, will help you build something. This is not the total end game. This is the launch game. Let's focus on the launch. If you get overwhelmed, just breathe. Get out of your head. Stop negotiating with yourself and just follow instructions. Act like an employee for now. Doing the job that's given to you for now. And then we'll shift into business owner mindset as we move forward after we get you launched. And one more thing I got to tell you is you might be excited to get out there and start talking. You want to go out there, I've got my list and I'm going to go talk to everybody. I promise you, it would be better if you wait and follow my instructions. There's going to be plenty of time to talk to people. Plenty of time. Okay? I'd rather have you do it right than go out there and burn your whole market. Offend people, chase people away, amateur hour, overhype, all these trying to be somebody you're not. I don't want you to do any of those things. Please, 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 please help me launch you like I've helped so many other people get launched. For now, please just turn your brain off and follow instructions. That's what I need you to do. Turn your brain off and follow instructions. And I want to kind of conclude this section by giving you an assignment. And this is relatively serious. I know you want to have success in this network marketing experience. I know you want to get launched. I know if you're watching to this point, you're committed, right? But I want you to make a real commitment. Make a real commitment. I am not stopping until I'm at the core rank and in the top 2%, period. No discussion, no rationalization, no negotiation, no excuses. I am not stopping until I'm at core rank and in the top 2%, period. I will until I need you to make that commitment to yourself.
I will until. I love that.
Me too.
So I wanted to show you this one again because it was really about the overwhelm that can happen. And as I said earlier, we all have our lives. But here's what I think. We will do the things that are important to us, right? We'll do the things that are important. And the idea is to make this important because this is life-changing. It's going to be life-changing for all of us, without question. And you're going to make a difference in your family, you're going to make a difference in your community and in the world by staying with it, following the directions, and listening to what he's teaching you, and then staying together with us. Don't be overwhelmed. We're talking about this idea of law and attraction. And if your vision is so crystal clear and it's something that you really want to accomplish, it's going to make this so much easier. It's going to lower the overwhelm because you're doing something that's important to you. That's the key for this one. Any comments, Sue? Anybody? How do you feel about that?
Ditto. I couldn't agree with you more, John. You put it so eloquently and so beautifully. Most definitely.
Okay, good.
Yep.
All right, so let's go on to the next one. It's set it up and maybe looks like it's getting easier to do, Sue.
Oh, look at you go,
Shocked.
you pro. I know.
All right, let's see, where am I going? Okay. Okay. This is going to be 3, 7.
You know, we appreciate you taking the time, John, to go through all these as well and pull the ones that you feel are the best to the bunch to show us on these. 9 minutes, you picked a long one. Can we
Well,
watch it in like
you
one
know
and a
what?
half time?
This may be a little bit longer, but man, I think like this is the most important thing. I mean, when we go through this, you're going to hear things you've heard on the Monday training. There's no question about it. And this is one of those, but it's probably a really key idea for us moving forward.
Key to success. I totally agree.
There's one more key concept that you need to get solid with in order to have the best chance for success in launching your business, getting to core, getting its top 2%. And that is utilizing the power of third-party resources. It's a very important general concept in helping you launch your business. And here's what I mean. First party is me to you, or you to your prospect. You go to your prospect, and this is what most people do in network marketing, and it's where they screwed up. They go, let me tell you all about it, blah, 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 blah. Let me give you all the ingredients, yeah, 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 yeah. Let me tell you about all the stuff, blah, 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 blah. Do you have a lot of experience? No. Do you have a lot of credibility? No. Do you have a lot of knowledge? No. Do you have a lot of skill? No. Based upon that, do you have credibility with the prospect? They might trust you, but will they respect you when it comes to the information you're trying to provide using your lips? You're going to get shut down a lot using first party because for a whole bunch of reasons. One, you don't have all of that skill set because you can't. You just got started. So you're going to try and pretend you're somebody you're not. Two, you become the issue. They have to see it through you. And you might not look like they look. You might be a different gender. You might be a different age. You might be a different race. You might have completely different backgrounds. And if they can't relate to you, then you don't have a very good chance to get them to see what you have. First party is very difficult. So there's you, there's a prospect. You go directly to that prospect and you say blah, 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 which is what most people do. And it's a reason why they don't launch effectively. I'm going to save you from that. I want you to think about you, your prospect, and then a third party. A third party. There's a trust relationship between you and the prospect. There's a respect relationship between the prospect and a third party. So let me give you some examples of what a third party resource could be for you. These are going to be your toolbox. This is where you're going to spend most of your time connecting people, connecting your prospects to these types of things. Your product is a third party resource. Look, all the information about the product. Your company website is a place where people can go to get information. Your distributor website, if the company provides a distributor website for you, people can go and learn there. Your upline or somebody else, other friends in the business could be in your business, can be a resource. So you can introduce somebody to someone else that's more knowledgeable than you are. Like a three-way phone call, connecting people on a three-way phone call, or more common today, a three-way chat, or three-way text message to be able to introduce somebody to somebody else. A story is third party. Your story, somebody else's story is third party because it's the story that's giving the information, not you as an expert. Okay? Articles, printed materials, videos, audio, podcasts, Zoom meeting recordings, Zoom meetings themselves, in-person events, two-on-one little group presentation, you and somebody else talking with a prospect, a small group or in-home type of a presentation, local leaders in your market, local events in your market, bigger company events. Let me say it a different way. Third party is anything that's not you. Anything that's not you. If you want to build a big business, and especially if you want to launch, please don't focus on becoming an expert right now. All I want you to do, if your lips are moving, you need to be pointing to a third-party resource, reading a third-party resource, introducing a third-party resource, or telling a story, yours or others. Pointing, reading, introducing, or telling a story. That is your job. Now, some people say, well, I don't need to do that stuff. I'm very influential. Fine. Let's say you're influential and you can get people to join you just because you've been successful in life and they join. And then they try to repeat what you just did and they don't have the influence you have. What happens then? What if you don't have a lot of influence? You know? Or, you haven't had a lot of success in your life and you want to succeed. If you don't use third party, how are you going to have a chance? Third party is your best friend, whether you're successful, influential, or not influential at all. Even if you're highly skilled, it's better to not give the answer and still use a third party because you're teaching people how they can be independent from you from day one. As we go out in the world, and I'm preparing you for this, we're about to get ready to go, is your job is not to convince anybody. Your job is to educate people to the point that they understand it. Think of yourself as a connector. For now, until you get done with launch, I want your identity to be connector. I want your absolute being, every fiber of your body to be a connector. you're going to be connecting a prospect to a third party. Okay? If you got a supportive and competent upline to help out, then fantastic. If you don't, and most don't, okay? Most of you don't have an upline structure that's supporting you to help you do this, then take charge. Find other friends in your company to help. Collect stories. Use all the tools. Use all the events, online and offline. This is one of the most important concepts you will ever deal with in network marketing success, particularly in the launch, but then you'll continue. Even after you become an expert, even after you become successful, even after all this stuff is in your rearview mirror, you're ranking up in the organization. Guess what the strongest people in all the companies do? They lean on third party. One, they're a third party resource for their team. Team's always bringing them people, and they're a third party resource. But two, for their prospects, they're using other third parties. They may even use somebody on their team to give the information. The third party gives the data, gives the information. You, prospects here, third party resources here, you just connect them. And either they'll see it or they don't. They get educated through the third party resource on a much higher level than they'll get educated from you. So resist the urge. Even as you're learning stuff, resist the urge to be the fact giver and instead focus on being a connector. Connector, 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 connector. This is what you're going to do to get yourself to core and top 2%. So here's your assignment. I want you to identify all third-party resources you can use. Every single one. Work with other people on your team. Find out what they use. Find out what the most successful people use. Look it up. Find it. Make a list so you have it always in front of you. So when you're talking with somebody, you say, okay, what should I do next? What will help this person? They have a question about the compensation plan. Oh, I have the compensation plan document right here. They ask a question, let's go look together. They ask a question, here's a video that'll answer that. They ask a question, here's a person I can introduce them to. Here's a story I could tell. Just have it in front of you, okay? Identify all third-party resources that you can use. Make a list so you have them top of mind and in front of you at all times. You are a connector.
All right. So that video was worth every penny that you will spend on this program. That is the magic. It's freedom. It's really freedom. It's becoming the connector. We used to call it, what do we used to call it, Sue? The guide. Be the guide. And I don't know about you, when I realized this, it took the pressure off of me. It was like I was constantly worried. I was constantly concerned about not knowing enough, not having all the answers. And when I discovered this, it took a long time to discover this for me because we didn't have this course. It changed everything. I just calmed down and just helped people to go to a video. So we got a few minutes left, and you can imagine what these resources are for us. What I want you to do, if you haven't done it already, is make a list of the resources that we have, as many as you can find, and put it on a list that you can keep with you. So we have, of course, G of Freedom. We have G of Freedom Team. We have the company website. We have videos that are available to us that are really good to use. Anything else we can give them a hint on? Anybody? What else did I miss? I mean, there's so many. Well, of course, each other, the office, but make a list so that you know what all the resources are. Go through as much as you can, and then we can talk about it. And maybe some that you missed aren't on your list, and we can help with that. Have a resource list. You're going to use a lot of those. And when you do, you begin to realize how easy this can be, that you really don't need to know it all. So that's your assignment, I think, is to go into next week, go into now course number 5. And I know there's some assignments in there. And at the same time, we talked about listening at least to the Rise of the Entrepreneur. If you haven't done that, you can do that driving. You can do that when you're going to bed and just listen to 15 minutes at a time. Or you can watch it on YouTube on your big screen if you want to. Easy to do. It's worth it to check that out. And then we're going to get connected on Facebook. And Sue, I know you can help us with that. to get connected on Facebook. You're going to get connected to our team groups and hopefully start communicating there. And then we're going to keep our dream alive every single day. And I'll tell you, if you wake up in the morning and you're going, you know what, I just don't know about this, check in with someone who's on fire. Don't even hesitate. Just give someone a call. And then also be the one that's on fire and invite people to call you when you're feeling great and you're sharing with people. Go on Facebook, go on our Facebook groups and just talk about it, how excited you are about what we're doing. So any comments, thoughts about the format that we have? Do you feel good about it? Do you see where we're going? Let me know what you're feeling. Deb?
I compare this to a mastermind course.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get everything we need. And we have the encouragement and the one-on-one since it's such a small group.
Yeah. That's a great way to look at it. Anybody else? Well, Charity?
Well, I just wanted to give a shout out to Mr. Williams because did you hear what Eric Worre said? How most of you don't have very supportive uplines. Look at what we have, guys. In John Williams, Sue Johnson, and Karen Knott. Oh my gosh, we've got no excuse not to be amazing. All we need to do is follow in their footsteps and do exactly what they tell us to do. And they're holding our hand. They're helping us do it. So we're very grateful for you, John, for even facilitating this. And you, Sue, thank you so much.
Well, Charity, I appreciate that. Of course, you're right in there with us too. And we're working this together. Final thought. So there might be people in your group that you know should be here, right? They should be with us. They should be doing this. We're going to record these and I'm going to have them on Vimeo, probably on one of the showcases that'll just have these trainings as we go along. So they'll be available. So if someone you want to join this, you can reach out to them and ask, just encourage them to. We've got the information about what GoPro Insider is about. And then if they want to do it, encourage them to sign up, go through the first 4 courses by themselves, right? Just like we've done. And then you can use this video when they're ready to go on to the next step. Or if we're close to being, we'll probably do this again once we've gone through the 10. We'll do it all over again and more people will join us. But I want to make sure that we're not holding someone off for the next 5 weeks or so. Get them involved, get them in the course. They could even go through it and go through 5. I mean, they can go through it themselves if they want to wait and catch up. We'll figure all that out, but don't hold them back, right? Encourage everybody to join us because this is going to be meaningful for them. All right, that's it. We're done. It is 6 o'clock on the dot, which was my goal. We'll see you back. We'll see you Monday for our get together, and then we'll see you back here next Thursday. All righty. Thanks, guys.